UGC has announced a regulation on 5th January to invite foreign universities. This is not the first time when such a move has been made. A similar move was made in 2010. However, at that time, it was brought in the form of a bill and it was shelved after the Standing Committee Parliament, Rajya Sabha, invited feedback from stakeholders. Major concerns were that will such universities allow reservation, and the answer to which the ministry had given at that time was that whatever is applicable, the rules which are applicable to our own private universities will be applicable to these foreign universities. So in some sense, the standing committee observed that this is not going to be open to the majority section of this country, and this is going to be a very for elite spaces for elites. The other thing which they observed was that if we invite foreign universities, they may lead to exodus of best of our faculties across the public funded universities. And there were many other observations because of which it was shelved. Today, when under NEP 2020, the government is using UGC to bring important reforms, things which will change the landscape of education through as regulations without any debate, discussion in the parliament. So the parliament itself is being short-circuited. Now, when the government is not allowing parliament to debate on such matters, it only shows that the government does not have the confidence that it will really be seen as a reform which Indian society needs. The whole idea that foreign universities will now be able to take away money, they can generate money. This UGC regulation allows profit making in higher education by these foreign universities. My understanding is that out of they're saying that we will invite the top 500 universities. I do not think that universities are wanting to come here. The fact that this is a very strange notion that if they have a very good campus abroad, they will be able to replicate the same type of campus here. That is an imagination. It is a false assumption, because what goes in making of an institution is a very important thing, and education which is relevant in one place may or may not be relevant in another. But what is going to happen is that our own private education system, which is a very big parallel domain. In fact, in technical courses, the private is occupying 95% of spaces. The private is going to demand that allow profit making in higher education. And we see already that NEP 2020 actually is a way in which the government wants to move out of the education sector, and it is also going to force the public funded institutions to raise fee because grants are being replaced through loans by HIFA. So we see that the attempt of the government will be first to allow private to make profit. The next is to decrease the margin between the fees for public and private. They are going to force public funded education system to charge more fees because they will not give grants, and for teachers and for infrastructure, the money will start coming from the students. Now, a country where more than 50% population is below the age of 25 and the government is having withdrawal symptom is a very bad sign for Indian population, for us, because we can be a strong nation only if the government puts in money. And if we are not ready to improve the quality of education, we cannot rest we cannot outsource this responsibility of providing quality education to few foreign campuses, foreign university campuses in India. This is a completely wrong notion. Those students who want degrees from foreign universities want to use education as a way to explore new opportunities abroad, and they will continue to move out. What these foreign universities will do, they will become isolated spaces for elite students, but on the basis of this, the hue and cry will be that allow profit making in higher education by all the private players. And I think this is a bad news for us. We need to fight anything which goes against the Constitution. The Constitution saw education as a very important factor to integrate the society, to strengthen democracy, and we need to continue to fight for education as a public good.